Ashantis are tribalistic is the topic that was trending on Twitter. Why did I pause? Why? This video is not about anything funny or stupid. You know what, that's wrong, because tribalism is very funny and very stupid. And we'll get to the reason why a little bit later. So Ashantis and tribalism and errors have been trending on Twitter for a while now, because once again we are over here talking about the same thing. Our parents could not work out their differences, and we the children are also here fighting over the same differences. Guys, it's 2 AM right now as I'm filming, and people are still tweeting right now about the Ashanti thing. Now there's always tension among different tribes in Ghana because of history and war and stuff like that. But the two tribes with the most tension between them is Ashantis and Eres. It has always been that way. And so many people, especially Ashantis, are being very defensive because they're the ones being accused. And it makes sense, because as a human being, if anybody accuses you of anything, your first instinct is to be defensive, even if they're guilty. But in this case, I feel many Ashantis are being defensive because they don't feel like they are guilty. But are they guilty? Yes, like everybody else from every single tribe in this entire country. Because the truth is, most Ghanaians are tribalistic one way or the other. Stop defending yourself, you know it's true. But also with most Ghanaians, like a man with a short dick, it is not that deep. We will always stereotype each other. It will never die. That's what human beings do. And for most people, their tribalism is learnt. They don't have any personal experience. They just learnt it from the older generation. I know for sure that you've never seen an Ewe man fly, but you believe they can. Okay, it's just a stereotype. There are witches and wizards everywhere in this country, but the stereotype will always be that there's a higher concentration in the Volta region. There are many people across the country who are useless and don't know what to do with their money, but we will always believe that it is the Gans. I'm a Gan, so I can make that joke. Okay, relax. Yo, shout out to my Gan niggas, but my Gan people will rent all their rooms and sleep on a bench in the compound. We just don't give a fuck. So the question now is, why are Ashantis the ones getting accused of tribalism all the time? Because that is like their stereotype now. The stereotype is that Ashanti people are tribalistic. So why? Well, the thing about stereotypes is they always come from somewhere. It's either coming from a truth or it's coming from a lie. It's either coming from a misconception or it's coming from a true conception, if that's the right way to say it. And there were lots of Ashanti people who were saying that, oh, how can we be tribalistic? We have friends over here. My friend is, you know, we have all these communities inside Ashanti region. How can we be tribalistic? Being very defensive. And I assume it's because they don't feel like they're tribalistic, so that they have to defend themselves. And I get it. But instead of being defensive, we have to try and figure out the root of the situation so that we can fix it, or at least try to fix it. We have to try and figure out where the stereotype is coming from so that we know whether it's the truth or it's a lie. We know whether it's coming from a misconception or it's from something that is authentic. Because once again, a lot of people learn tribalism, and those who have experiences have it with like 1 or 2 people, and are using those 1 or 2 people to judge the entire tribe of Ashantis. Me personally, the most tribalistic insults I've heard or have gotten have been from Ashanti people. Now, can I use those 1 or 2 people to say that everybody is tribalistic? Because I have so many Ashanti friends right now and they are cool. There's never been any issue or any kind of tribal, nothing like that. Even my beloved Kumasi people, who like people think I hate Kumasi people for some reason. Well, I'm making jokes that people make all the time. Like the Kumasi people that I know, they are all cool. They're all cool. They all speak good English. So how can I judge the whole region based on 1 or 2 experiences? But see, if you only look at the situation on the surface level, you will miss the point. If you only look at our daily relations with each other, people saying hi and hello, you will miss the point of the whole issue. Because Ghanaians in general, we are all cool with each other, regardless of where you're from. We don't really hate each other for no reason. We mingle very well. If I'm walking on the street and I need help, I ask the first person I see. I don't think,
where is this guy from? Is he from me? If it's from me, I cannot ask him.
That's stupid shit. That doesn't happen. It's not a thing that pops in anybody's head. Unless you're working at La Paz in the night, that one you have to look straight, because the only question you'll be asking anybody there is, how much for shots? The main problem is there are certain stories that we hear a little bit too much. And you know it, you probably know what I'm talking about. Almost everybody watching me right now, if you're Ghanaian, you know a story of somebody who was going to marry another person and their parents said, hey, you cannot marry him or you cannot marry her. Why? Because they are from this part of Ghana. If you don't know a story close to you, you've heard it from somebody else. You've heard it some before. Parents refusing to bless marriages because the other person is from another tribe. It's a thing that we all hear all the time. Now, even though I didn't mention any tribe that does it the most, you kind of know the one. There's the one that popped in your head right now. Put it in the comments below. Because most of these stories, they usually go in one direction more than the other. You know, I'm not even going to say anything, but you have it in your head right now. You thought about it. You might be denying it to yourself, and that's completely fine. But I know you thought about it. For me, most of the ones I've seen and heard have been Ashanti people not wanting their children to marry other people. I even made a joke about it in my video about fake accents. And this is my experience. I'm not saying that that's the way it is. And I heard a lot of these things as a kid. When I was a kid, I had a friend whose mom was telling another woman that if her son brought home a woman from, and she listed a bunch of tribes, said if her son brought home a woman from any of these tribes, she wasn't going to agree. I was a kid at that time. So like that kind of stuff gets stuck in your head so much that recently I've been talking to somebody, you understand? And I had to ask her that, yo, listen, are your parents cool? Because you know where I'm from. And as soon as I asked the question, I didn't tell her this, but as soon as I asked the question, I felt somewhere. I'm like, yo, why am I even asking this question? Like, this is a fucked up question. But I had to ask because it's imprinted in my brain that, yo, you know, this is what happens. And the thing is, that kind of thing happens every fucking way in this country. Everybody does it. It's not just Ashantis who do it. There are other people who don't want their children to marry other people. There are other people who want their children to marry only other people, or they're not allowing it. And Ghana people, we don't give a fuck about anything. Marry whoever you want. Okay, we are just chilling. As long as you have money to pay for the list, then, you know, do what you want. And these deep stories are where the problems lie. Because if somebody stopped you from marrying your true love because you belong to another tribe, it will stick with you for life. It will be in your heart. And guess what you do? You will tell other people. You will tell your children, the children that you had with the woman or the man that you don't love. And it will keep going down and down and down. And that's how we have this whole situation of Ashantis are tribalistic. Because once again, when it comes to living with each other on a community level, talking to each other, all that stuff, tribalism doesn't mean shit. Ghanaians can live with anybody as long as you don't stress us. We are fine. It doesn't matter where you're from. Everybody's welcome. But as soon as the stakes are raised and there are like deep commitments involved, then some of these things start to come up. And the biggest one by far is marriage. Because it's all fun and games if you are just friends, you're coming to the house, all that stuff, until you have to change your name from Dijoli to Osei. Then it gets much deeper at that point. Or you have to change your name from Owusu to Nkulenu Agbeli. Then shit gets real at that point. And it's those kind of situations where the real tribalism comes out. And listen, I know it's not an easy pill to swallow, but if you keep denying it and keep being defensive, and whenever somebody says a story, you counter with another one, we're never going to fix the issue. You have to acknowledge the reality of some of these things. They happen, okay? Maybe not with our generation, but with our parents, it's still very much there. Okay, our parents are still insisting on doing stupid shit. Bro, so what is the solution? What do we do? How do we fix it? We all know the solutions. We know what to do. Treat everybody like an individual. We will always have stereotypes. We will always have some kind of tribalistic bias. You know, that kind of thing will always be there. But we will also always have brains to look beyond that stuff. And it's not an easy solution, but it is there when we know it. Will we solve it? No. Why won't we solve it? You're asking, well, ask yourself this question right now. Why don't you exercise? Why not? Why are you watching this video right now when there's some serious work you're supposed to be doing and you're distracting yourself by watching my stupid face? Why? Why am I making YouTube videos when I could be a sugar boy, be an old woman's bitch, and make a lot of money? Because when something is imprinted on your brain and deep inside your heart, knowledge is not enough. If knowing the solution was enough, humanity will have no problems, because we know the solution to all our problems. So if knowledge is not enough, then what is enough? What should we do? I don't know. Like, what did you think? You think I'm going to solve tribalism in a YouTube video? Are you serious? You don't even know me. I don't have sense. But on a more serious note, if there was a solution to the problem, it would be the children. It would be the kids. We have to teach the kids differently, and we have to give them a new perspective. But how can you teach what you don't know? And how can you give what you don't have? And whenever these conversations are going on, I get very, very worried because of one thing. And I want to say this from the deepest part of my heart to the 500 of you who watch this video. Please don't stop making tribalistic jokes. I beg you, Ghanaians, let's not kill the jokes. Don't stop laughing at Kumasi people when they are English and they are overconfident. Don't stop laughing at Ewes and telling them that they can fly and they have powers. We cannot stop telling Gans that they are loud and they are useless and they don't know how to manage property. I'm a Gan, so I can make that joke. If you like what I say somewhere, you see or saw me. We cannot stop saying that Gans should never be pilots, because they don't know anything about landing. If a gunman is your pilot, you don't have anywhere to land your plane because you would have sold the land that the tarmac is on the very moment you guys take off. That's just how we do. We can't stop joking about that. When human beings start moving to Mars, we cannot let guns go because they would have sold all the lands to 4 different people. We cannot stop joking about these things. Don't stop saying that Gan girls are loud and aggressive. Guns come from Nigeria, it's in the blood. Don't stop telling Frafa people that they eat dogs, because they do, they eat dogs, right? That's not even a stereotype, that's true, they eat dogs. I don't even think Frafa children can watch Scooby-Doo, okay? They watch it with different eyes, because they're looking at it like, yo, why is my lunch talking inside the TV? You know when Miss V posted a picture of she and her cat, and people said that a rare picture of an Ewe girl and her lunch? That was beautiful. I saw the comments and I was smiling like, yes, this is the Ghana I want to live in. We cannot stop that, please. I know we don't like tribalism, but the jokes must stay, I beg you. I mean, what is next? Will you say we should stop making Ghana Nigeria jokes because we have to love each other and live in harmony? Fuck that shit. I don't want that. We're not stopping. You see, everything I just said and everything I just did, we cannot let that go, okay? Tribalism is funny and stupid and we have to keep it that way. Let's keep it to the jokes, but for fuck's sake, if somebody is about to marry your daughter or your son, or you have to hire somebody for a job, please look at them as an individual. That person does not represent the whole tribe, okay? They are their own person. Look at them that way. Honestly, people are still doing that shit in 2022. Oh, you're from here, so you're like this. Are you both stupid? Let's just continue joking about each other, fucking each other, moaning in different languages. All that stuff is great. That's all I have to say. I still won't ask you to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I will ask you to leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about the video. Let me know what you think about this whole thing. I know lots of people have so many things to say about tribalism. A lot of people have different experiences. If you think I'm wrong about certain things, let me know in the comments below. Let's have a discussion, okay? I mean, I'm not hoping that the problem will be solved, because I know it won't be solved in my lifetime. But hey, maybe in the next 200 years, okay, we'll be much better. Alright, I'm going back to talking about dumb, stupid things in my next video. So I'll see you guys soon in another video.
I go never ever ask you to like and subscribe, but you go share my video if you know you're feeling my vibe. People, I go never ever ask you to like and subscribe, but you go share my video if you know you're feeling my vibe. Feeling my vibe.